Says I want to start the stream, but do I really?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm not sure that... I think we are. Hello.
It'd be interesting to see if we actually do start the stream.
We're here.
I mean, I don't think anyone else showed up.
We're live.
It says we're live. Who knows? How's everyone doing?
Good evening.
We're trying to figure this whole thing out.
It's our first time live streaming, as you can tell. We've never done this before. We are in Vegas. Hopefully that was not a secret reveal.
No.
We are not in Montana. It is very cold there right now. I'm actually kind of missing it.
You're going to have to speak up because this is a different microphone set.
I am missing Montana, even though it's super cold there.
Can you hear her at all? That's what I want to know.
They're glad we made it safe. PT says, nobody but us chickens. Hope everyone made it safe. Oh, that's right. My ears did make it to Vegas. Somebody else asked. She's like, are the ears going to make it to Vegas? I said yes. Didis says yes, she can hear.
There you go. There's your chat window. Don't touch my chat window.
Oh, I was just trying to touch it a little bit.
Yeah,
we're married.
A little bit. All right, let's say, sorry everyone. We got a new microphone, new setup, new laptop. It'd been configured for all the, I just basically got it working for doing the recordings. And then when you had to move the desk around and, Miss Fancy Pants here is like, I don't like the way it lights my ears.
That's right. My ears were not quite right. So we had to move things around,
So, we're back.
PT, don't worry. The ossicones also came with us.
Oh.
They're here.
Anyway.
Ow. Johns and David both said that they can hear. PT says, hear who? Jeff was just saying because I speak really, really softly. And we also have the air conditioning unit that's also being loud. So, yeah.
All right. Well, what about the ossicones?
They came. I told you.
Yeah. Anyway, we should by next week have everything completely kosher and whatnot. Let me move them. I'm going off the screen here. There we go. How's that?
It's fantastic.
Excellent. Can I have a sip?
Nope.
Hey, we're letting everyone filter in. Let's say hi to some people. Why don't you say hi to some people?
Hello. Daughter of Ra says, so yeah, no announcements. You guys are live. Yes, I thought we set something up.
We did.
Okay. So, as we were saying earlier, we've had some technical difficulties. So sorry. Futano2 says, glad you made it safe. Digest says, the ears made it to Vegas. PT. John's touchpad is here. David. Paperwork Ninja says, hey, everybody, keeping warm. It's actually pretty warm in Vegas.
Gorgeous. Sun was out, 70 degrees.
Okay. It's disgusting and hot.
It's windows were down. She hates the windows down. I don't know how we're married because I'm a windows down convertible. Heck, I love like Jeeps. That's why I like Jeeps. I put the front windshield down. I want all the wind. And she's like, it could be the most beautiful spring day in the world. And she's like, I want everything closed up and the AC on. You're not right.
You married it.
I did. Oh.
Renan Wild says, OMG, no notice on YouTube. Yes, we set something up, but apparently it did not go. So I apologize. We are here.
No, Thank
you for joining us.
It's just YouTube and their announcements.
Yeah.
You have to be subscribed. You have to ring the bell. And then if you notice, if you click on the bell, there's 3 levels of ringing for the bell.
Yeah.
So you have to really, really, really super secret mean it that you want to subscribe to somebody. I don't understand it at all.
PT says, hope you brought the bear princess back with you. We did. The cubs are off having adventures, but they are here.
They're at a Super Bowl party.
They are at a Super Bowl
party. But they're not watching the game. They're hanging out with other kids.
Didis says, is this the same garage as before?
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Yep. Steven says, hello, all. Running Wild is agreeing with you. Oh yeah, convertible. Frank is asking, where's the icon?
We sold the icon.
Yeah.
We talked about it last. It was, I think, in the spring we sold it. Mm-hmm. It's. I don't try to keep stuff like that around for too long because it's, like a year basically. Have it for a year, rotate on to the next thing. Right now we've got the. We got some other stuff up at the other house, and keep it for about a year, rotate that out, get something new, because I wanted to be able to do things long term to see how long they last, but I can't keep it forever because then that doesn't let me test anything else out. So
I'm trying to like the stream, but it won't even let me find the stream. Also, Running Wild says, hey, great news. Getting a 25-foot camper for $2,000.
Wow.
I will be right over.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
And 25 foot's just the right size if you ask me. Because it's big enough to be comfortable, but small enough you can tow it behind most things. You can get into most of the national parks with it. It's not too big. I see these people towing 30, 40-foot rigs. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like pulling a mobile home.
And Futon02 says, the kids are out cubbing. Yeah. That's adorable. And yes, they are. Steven says, YouTube is broken, it seems. Yeah, I can't even find our stream on YouTube right now, so you guys are all winning the prize. PT says, 20 watching and only 6 thumbs up. Probably because no one can find the stream.
I'm amazed it's only 20 people watching.
That's what I'm saying, is I think...
Yeah, it must... Did we get shadow banned?
Perhaps. All of your talkies.
I don't know. That's weird. I was waiting for more people to show up so we could... I mean, I know people are going to say, well, it's the Super Bowl. I don't think that many people are watching the Super Bowl this weekend. Maybe they are. Maybe. But I know most of the people who talk about, on the channel here, they're like, we're not interested in football these days.
Oh, he's saying it's not a trailer. Sorry. Running Wild is saying it's not a trailer. It's an RV. And they're going to pull a vehicle. The owner just replaced the water tank with a tankless. Super
That's cool.
That's awesome. We had a, 33 feet?
Yeah, we had a 33-foot Class A.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it, but I'll be honest, for having all of us in it, and we ended up living in it for 8 months or so, which was the plan from the beginning, which is why we got one that big. If we got another one, it would not be that big. It would probably be in the sub 30-foot range. Because, again, just being able to get into different places, you start getting really closed out of a lot of parks when you get past 25 feet.
Yeah.
Mostly state and national parks. Because they haven't upgraded the facilities in these national parks since they built them. And they're just not made for rigs that big.
Yeah, it shows only 22 folks are watching. Perhaps everyone has decided to watch the Super Bowl.
Maybe.
Steven says, I'm more interested in this than Super Bowl. It's halftime now at the Super Bowl. Paperwork Ninja says, I went searching for a socket set for my new cheapo impact wrench. Looks like Tecton has a 3/8 and a 1/2 inch impact socket set are available. Running Wild says, for the pull behind, I'm looking for a 2005 Ford Mustang convertible. That does not seem like a... What do I know?
I don't know. You're going to have to... I'm trying to think what it would take to do to pull that behind it. I mean, if it's a stick shift, you can just take it out of gear.
I don't know. That's not my area of expertise. But Paperwork Ninja said, I went searching for socket sets for my new cheapo impact wrench. Looks like the Tecton has a 3/8 and a 1/2 inch impact socket set available, which I mentioned to you earlier, but you were talking about something else. But he says, I'd rather watch the Super Owl than the Super Bowl. And then he also says $450 for everything, it looks like. I guess that's the socket sets.
I know. I saw the superb owl thing before. I was just looking it up now.
Running Wild. Oh, you're what?
No, never mind. Go on. Too much to explain to you.
Running Wild says, sorry, the 2005 Mustang for $1,000.
Wow. That seems like a good deal.
Frank says, my branch at Scholastic has closed 25 years and over. I'm praying that this will be a blessing. Frank, I am so sorry, but I think you have the right attitude. And so many times things have happened for us where we get really frustrated because it's not the way we had planned things. And it is a blessing. So I really hope that it is a blessing, and we will continue to pray for you. So I am so sorry, but 25 years, it's a long time. I was with my company like 18 and a half years. So I totally get it. I love how I say my company. Yeah. Like I founded it.
Yeah.
I spent enough time there. Running Wild says the owner of the camper is throwing in a car dolly. That's cool.
A nice deal.
That's
right
a
there.
nice deal. Paperwork Ninja says, yep. Okay, so I think you're talking about $450 everything for the impact trenches. Tom Brady is killing the Chiefs.
Yeah, I was just looking at the score. It's
Steven says
21-6.
Steven says others may be watching the Puppy Bowl.
That's true. That's always adorable.
Frank said, I had to look for the stream. It was not in my suggestions. I had trouble finding it myself, Frank, so I'm not really sure what's going on. Anthony says, Danbury, Connecticut, Scholastic closed now, and Amazon warehouse. Man, that's a bummer. Super sorry to hear that.
Their branch of what?
The Scholastic. That's who Frank worked for. And so Anthony was saying that the Danbury, Connecticut one closed and it's now an Amazon warehouse. Futano Chu says, Puppy Bowl, more than the Super Bowl. Daughter of Ross says, Kitty halftime show. Daughter of Ross, I'm not sure if that's a real thing or if we're discussing some of the ladies that are singing.
Oh my gosh.
PT says, speaking of puppy, I haven't seen the meth lab. Should I release her?
No, why not? She's in the house all by herself.
Yes. I shall return victorious.
Oh no. She's going to let the dog out. Or in.
Princess Hound.
She's not even at the door. She's like lounging.
Hi, you want to come say hi?
We got a new carpet in the house. It's like this thick. A rug, an area rug.
Go see Daddy.
And she thinks this is her new dog bed. Come here.
She's like, I don't want to be in
Come
trouble.
here. You want to say hi? Come here. Up. Come here. Up. Nope.
Oh, she's having
Itches. Come here. Up. Come here.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Easy there, Tex.
Hi. 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 Do you want to get up on Dad?
Come here. Come on.
Maybe move the arm.
Come here. No. She's just too excited. She can't.
Oh, hi. Hi.
Okay.
Our dog.
Bezos resigned. He did.
They wanted to see you. They're convinced that we didn't bring you.
I thought there was another CEO who was stepping down or aside or something. Bezos is. He's stepping down as CEO, but he's still going to be the chair. He's going to be the chairman of the board. So, in other words, instead of from driving the ship, he's going to go to the guy standing at the back going, well, why are we doing this? Why aren't we doing that? Okay, you need to go lay down. You're going to knock everything over.
She's like, but I'm so excited to not be. Okay.
Do you want to come here?
Do you want to put the arm?
There she is.
There we go.
Yeah, no. Now she's ready to say hi. Yeah, who's a little baby hound? Okay, say hi to everyone.
Over there. Look.
Okay, down you go.
Nope.
Down. Before you hurt me again.
No
go
mas.
lay down.
Let's go. Inside, because you're going to be a lunatic. Let's go inside. Do you want to go outside? That's what it is. She needs to go to the bathroom. Go on. Go.
The kitties are part of the puppy bowl. Are those the treats they get for winning? Yeah, retired is not exactly the right word. It's taking a new position that's going to allow him to have a broader view of the things he wants to dabble in. Like, I think he wants to take time I think he wants to step away from Amazon so he can really focus on trying to crush Elon Musk. He hates Elon Musk with a passion. Yeah. Whatever to be a climate change activist. And Ricky still likes seeing Bella. That's good. Yeah, I don't know. He said he was going to spend more time working on Blue Horizon, and the dog's got this thing moving. Sorry about that. Working on Blue Horizon and other projects. They've got the thing going on where they're working with the electric car company to try and replace their last mile delivery vehicles with all electric, which is cool and all, but I think that's really just a play to try and get their foot in the door. I think it's a smart play for getting their foot in the door into electric vehicles. If you can get fleet sales down first, you have guaranteed regular sales with maintenance. You'll get lots of data back from that. Use that as a stepping stone to get into retail, where you're going to have a lot more miscellaneous. With fleet sales, it's all the same, right? It's going to be all the same vehicle doing all the same stuff, and you'll see all the same problems. So it's if they can master that, then they can move into the consumers segment easier.
You found us, Barbecue 76. He messaged me and said he couldn't find us.
Weird.
You're not alone. You're not alone.
Hey, Ray wants to. So if he is a broader view of the company, then it would be a step up, not a resignation. So he wants to work on other projects like someone who retires would. Yeah, basically. I mean, he's already got a lot of other companies and stuff that they own and that they work with. And as the head of Amazon, he has to focus on Amazon. And this allows him to step back from Amazon and do the more inclusive, be an owner, an engaged owner, rather than the guy who's making sure day-to-day stuff gets done. Wait for the SPAC. The SPAC on what? Whose SPAC are we talking about? I can't remember what the acronym stands for, but a SPAC is a company that is set up to go public to then move another company into. There's a lot of legal things for starting up a company and not starting up, but for going public with a company. And the bigger the company is, the more legal mumbo jumbo there is. So an easy end around for going public for these companies is something called a SPAC, S-P-A-C. And they make the SPAC, which is just a little bitty company that doesn't have a lot of working parts. They have it go public, and then the other company buys the SPAC, and suddenly it's public.
Right.
They call it a reverse IPO.
Anthony is saying that YouTube unsubscribed him.
Great. Are we getting targeted by YouTube now?
It's because we're amazing.
It could be. I could see that happening. I went through the other day and I've noticed I've been unsubscribed from a ton of my channels that I normally am subscribed to. So I'm not surprised in the least bit.
Yep, I have been experiencing that with some other channels as well. So I hope everyone is having a great Sunday. Thank you for joining us. Okay, now you're killing me.
I do what I can.
Nice. So super glad you guys were able to join us. Steven, it sounds like you went to go visit your brother and your sister-in-law. Awesome. Running Wild says, gosh dang it, Susan. Stop messing with the tubes of you. That's right. Boop.
That's right next to my laptop,
I know. You just continue.
You would yell at me if I did that.
That's different. Special Purpose Acquisition Company.
Thank you. That's it.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I love. So, Robinhood, if you guys remember, the whole GameStop, what?
Okay. Just wondering if we're going down the rabbit hole. Carry on.
Weirdo. So, Robinhood a guy who was I can't ever pronounce his name, Chamath or whatever, very critical of Vlad and Robinhood, but he's got his own company doing the same thing. So you can take it for what it's worth. Now Robinhood, out of spite, to protect their users, has been blocking access to some SPACs, including his, just by chance. It just happened recently. No coincidence or anything there.
Yeah.
He said Bezos will look towards these other companies to help push his ideas. Question is, waiting to see which one of them he decides on. I think he's going to be really focused on the electric and the Blue Horizon. I think those are his two pet projects that he's really most excited about. I also feel like he's got like a personal vendetta against Elon Musk, and if he can go after those two segments, he feels he can beat Elon.
Yep.
Not that Elon's got a freaking, mile head start on him, but
the home handyman says Bezos would look towards these companies to help push his ideas. Question is, waiting to see which of them he decides on. Running Wild says, okay, guys, 36 watching and only 15 likes. One of them is mine. The ratio so backwards. Smash that like button. Gotta get it up. That's right.
But if he does it, it'll be a good investment, in my opinion. I've been following a lot of the EV stuff, and I think the company he's investing with is a good company. I'm also interested in Lucid, NIO over in China. We were invested in Tesla. We were invested in Tesla and NIO here, and for the whole GameStop thing, we pulled everything out of all of our other investments. We YOLO'd into GameStop for a short period of time. We went in. We had a few dabbles at lower numbers. We went in really hard around 300. We exited at 450 right after it crested and was on its way back down. And right now we're sitting in Apple and Carnival Cruise Lines. Yeah. Makes sense. Elon Musk is a central / conservative, and Bezos is in the Budin's pocket. Yeah, the funny thing is that Jeff Bezos is actually or at least he used to be a libertarian. And I think he's been one of those situations where they're like, if you want to keep your money, you're going to come over to our side of the fence or we'll box you out. There's a lot. Right now he's trying to fight off unionization in his was it Alabama? Mm-hmm. One of the fulfillment centers. They've been working actively to fight unions. And if they get unions in there, he's going to be completely in their pocket.
Barbecue 76 says, you're talking GameStop stocks. I can tell you the house does not lose. There will be some changes coming soon to the stock market. Yeah. The home handyman says NIO will keep going up, and if the market opens for them, they will soar.
Yeah, well, they're backed by the Chinese government. So it's a case of they won't let them fail because they see this as the new people's car. There's other, actually, believe it or not, bigger Chinese electric vehicle manufacturers. But this is the one that the PRC is they own a good chunk of. So they're looking for this one to succeed.
Yeah. And Barbecue 76 was just saying, now that we're back in Vegas, we know that the house doesn't lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vegas is a different Vegas for sure.
Oh, well.
It's the same Vegas. It just looks a little different right now.
Yeah, we were at Walmart picking up some supplies, and I was like, "Oh, we are certainly back in Vegas," just by looking at the way people dress and whatnot.
Yeah,
but like all the casinos, it's weird.
Yep. Running Wild says unions are only good for a few things. Problem unions have is overtaken by greed. UFCW is the worst.
Well, I mean, and that's what I've said is you start getting these people in positions of power where they can get bribed and there's really no oversight into them and they have a ton of power. We just saw this, with the Fiat Chrysler group where where the union officials were taking bribes. It's hard when you give somebody that much power, and then the fact that they don't let people opt out of it, or you can not be part of the union, but you still have to pay the union dues.
Yeah,
I'm like, if it's doing such a good job, people would pay it. If it's not doing such a good job, they should let the people decide. And that's one of the things I have an issue with. Frank says, how do you feel about the elimination of coupons at Harper Freight? I hate the coupons, the club. I am monitoring to see if they are cheap out of the club. Okay. Here's the thing that a lot of people cannot seem to grasp, because there's a lot of people. Frank, I'm not saying you're one of them. I'm saying there's a lot of people I've got response. They're all like, I'm never shopping at Harper Freight. They're going to be the next JCPenney, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh. The coupons at Harper Freight always pissed me off. Because they're not really coupons. They're just a sale that you have to have a piece of paper to use. A real coupon is something that comes from a manufacturer. And the benefit of a coupon is that you can use your coupon and you can stack it on top of a sale. And if you're really lucky, there'll also be a rebate. And if you're really lucky, you can also get a price match. So there's all these things you can do with a coupon to create even greater value. I will never forget 1 year she was really into couponing for a long time. And she got this thing for razor blades. What was the deal on that?
Razors. It was $3. It was $3 off a particular package of razors, but the razors at Walmart were only $1.09.
These are like disposable razors, like you use for like men or women shaving their legs.
Right, they're like disposable razors,
not like just the blades.
Right. Which means you get overage to the tune of about $1.91. So for every package of razors that I purchased with this coupon, I made almost $2.
So we could go in and buy razors, give them the coupons, and use the overage to buy the rest of our groceries.
Right, which at the time, I mean, we had little ones, we had diapers, milk, like basic life necessities, which are available at Walmart. And yeah. So,
I mean, that's what coupons are. The good coupons, real coupons, you can it doesn't matter what the store has as far as the sale. They don't care because they're getting their money from the manufacturer and they're going to get paid. Harbor Freight was doing this as a way, I thought honestly that they were doing it as a way to avoid, there's lots of regulations on sales. You can only have a sale so often, sale prices are monitored, blah, blah, blah. But if it's a coupon, they can basically get around the wording. But it really was just a sale. And everything had essentially 3 price levels. They had, or I should say 4 price levels. They had the full price, they had the base price that you would ever see it as, and then they had a couple other prices in the middle. And they would rotate between these different sale prices, and every once in a while there'd be no coupon at all. So the only coupons that made sense were the super coupons, or I should say the percentage off coupons. Because those you could use to take a good chunk out of something that either normally wasn't on sale or wasn't on sale when you needed it, and they gave you a little bit more flexibility. But the average coupon that people used were worthless. The free coupons were nice, but we saw that free items were pretty much going away. So all I see this as it's the same thing, but now you can't forget your coupon at home because it's just there.
Which, let me tell you, as someone who loves coupons,
yeah,
it's infuriating to get to the store only to realize you left it at home.
And as far as like people talking about JCPenney's and stuff like that, they're like, well, it's gonna be the JCPenney's. What killed JCPenney's wasn't not a lack of coupons. They got rid of all sales. They went to like the no dicker sticker thing, like CarMax. It was a guy who left Apple, who was trying to turn it into the Apple store of retail. but you're trying to take a discount brand and make it a top level premium brand. And Harbor Freight's not trying to do that. Harbor Freight's trying to add different levels, and they're trying to basically get away from the coupons and just have it there for sale, which is, I don't see how anybody could get upset with that, but apparently people do. Running Wild says, not to talk politics, but I think we ordered a president got a Bowden.
But he said what he meant to say was, I ordered a president off of Wish, and we got Biden.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
People might dress a little different in that climate, but the House will still win. I see many more regulations coming to the stock market because of GameStop fiasco, like I said. Yep, and not any of them are going to affect the hedge funds. It's all going to be regulations to keep us safe. And this is what I've said for a long time. Their meaning of keep us safe is to create they want to create a moat between the upper class and everyone else, and they want to keep widening it and widening it. They don't want you to be able to compete with them. They're like, money's too dangerous for you. Here, we're going to take it. We're going to hold it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you go back to work and you keep working for us. And that's how we want this to be.
You might lose it, so I'll take it.
Yes. Barbecue 76 says, my house always wins. In this case, we're talking about a lot of other things, but the house always wins.
Yep.
Anthony says, I think the lack of coupons will make buying at Harbor Freight better over time. The mix matching prices and sales dated marketing were frustrating at best. Oh, come on. Yeah. Who was, raise your hand if you were tired of seeing yet another liquidation sale. Everything must go.
Well, and back in the day, I used to clip them, like way back in the day. And I put them in my coupon binder. And then when we went out, I would have them organized by when it was expiring to figure out what was the coupon we wanted to use and what free item we wanted. So, yeah.
And Barbecue 76 says, I understand why you're so invested in razors, Mr. Bear. Miss Backshaven needs his back shaven regularly. I feel sorry you have to use it. No, she just waxes it.
Yep.
And he says, not to keep us safe, but to keep us out of the inside betting. Yeah. They don't want people playing it, in their space is what it is. It's like, whoa, they got a little too close. We need to back them up. The example I always use, sorry, I keep hitting this table here. Ah.
Can I help you?
Yeah, you're in my way. The example I always use is, thank you.
You're welcome.
In California and a lot of the states, there's a lot of regulations regarding car sales. And the excuse is always, well, we need to protect you because, and the underlying part of that is because you're an idiot and can't protect yourself. But the reality is what they're doing is they're creating a barrier to entry so that there's less competition. If you want to sell cars, there used to be a thing where anybody could get a dealer's license and you could work it right out of your house. Say you sold a few cars a month, you made a nice little extra income, blah, blah, blah. Great. Well, you can't do that anymore. Now to have a dealer's license in California and many other states, you have to get the license. It has to have a bond attached to it. You have to have a retail location that has enough space inside of it to totally enclose one vehicle. You need to have a landline. You need to have a filing cabinet. I kid you not. A space for an office. So it has to have 2 rooms. It has to have a showroom and an office. It has to be visible from a main road. There has to be signage of a certain size so that people can see it. And they're like, well, that's just to prevent scams and stuff like that. Oh, there's other ways to do that. Mm-hmm. FFLs, gun dealers have been doing home FFLs. There's a guy in town I was like, here, not here, in Livingston that I deal with all the time. He runs it off of his kitchen table, and they seem to, do just fine doing that. But no, these are regulations put in place under the guise of protecting you. But the reality is they're trying to protect their friends who own the big car dealerships, who own the big hedge funds, and to keep the little guy from competing with them.
As Tom said, I think he missed his comment. It says, to keep us peasants out. That's right.
Yes. Tim says, will the demise of coupons raise the value of the Inside Track Club? Well, no, because here's the thing. The coupons are going away, but the sale prices aren't. So they're just changing the form factor. Now, they've been doing this with Inside Track Club for like the past 6 months or so, where you just walked in, showed them your Inside Track Club membership, and anything that already had a discount for Inside Track got automatically applied. So they've been testing this out for some time with the Inside Track Club. So it's just going to be the same thing either way. The Inside Track Club is going to get you better deals. And we saw that at Christmas, where 15% off anything in the store, no exclusions. But if you were Inside Track, it was 20% off, no exclusions. And that really brought down the price on some big items a lot of people have been waiting for a long time. Because then you could stack that if you had, like if you signed up for a credit card. And there were a lot of guys who used that opportunity to buy the big 72-inch, U.S. Generals and the Icons and stuff like that, because, that's some good saving. That's 30% off at that point. That's a good deal. Frank says, my Fortress 2-gallon works great to keep up my tires, my tip-top pressure. No coupon needed, but use 20% on the hose. And, that's the other thing is so I got some feedback saying that the percentage off coupons in one way or another are going to stick around. They're not going to be maybe as often, but they're going to have the super coupons, and then they're going to also have like brand specific coupons, like 20% off Bauer, 20% off Hercules, 20% off Fortress. They're going to start seeing percentage off for the different brands. So there's still going to be coupons here and there, or there'll still be sales off here and there. The question, but really, it's just a form factor thing. It's not really. I mean, I don't care what you call it as long as the sales, the deals are still there, and I don't see the deals changing anytime soon. Ooh, we're up to 51.
I know. I can only think that either it's something to do with the Super Bowl. I don't know.
I know a lot of people say they didn't get a notification. Maybe could be YouTube trying to drive people to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. We're here. You can't find us, but we're here.
Anthony says licensures for many things is a money grab for the government.
Yep.
Yeah, it's I don't know. There's some in some instances it definitely is. Some instances it's not. I don't know. Like, so I got my license. I have my FAA license to be a drone pilot, and I had to pay $150 for the testing. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I sat down at a computer for half an hour, and it was $150. That seems excessive, but I don't know. I don't know what all has to go on. Who has to? I think it's all automated. So it does feel like they're using it as a way to gatekeep, to keep certain people out. They don't want to make it too easy. They want to make sure you're serious or something.
Right.
David said he came here during the halftime show.
Welcome, David. Thank you for joining us.
Scores are the same. Tom Brady's still cheating.
Don't. I love you. Dwayne said he says me too. So I guess some people are watching. Are you stealing my soda?
No, I'm drinking my soda. You know how you can tell it's my soda? It's on my desk.
Actually, this is our desk. We're married. Just like this is our computer.
Then you need to clean up your side of your desk.
Oh my gosh. Trust me, I do more than clean my side of the desk.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta tell you about the best thing in Vegas.
Oh, yes.
So, where's my other ones? Oh, here's the other ones I got. Okay. Do you have yours with you? The case?
No, in my car,
Here,
in the house.
Use your little fingers and take it off.
Chuck also says, "Thank you guys for the content. I'm sure the game is taking away a lot of viewers."
Yeah.
And
So I'm gonna do a video on these on the other channel, on the Bears Den, and how do I start this? So AirPods, the little white things the kids and everyone wears in their ears all the time. So those really taken off in the past year or so. Now the wife, for the last 5-10 years, has been wearing these things called a torque.
Mm-hmm.
It goes around your neck and then has little, in the battery and stuff, and the Bluetooth is in that, and it has little cables that comes up and goes into your ear. And she loved those. And then Amanda, my ex-wife, got not AirPods, but knockoff AirPods at a no, it's okay, at a local flea market, for the kids, and they were apparently fairly inexpensive compared to real AirPods, and we got them. She sent them up to us. We gave them to the kids. Stunned how good these things were. And at the same time, right as that was happening, I'd gotten her a set of real ones. Right. And other than the fact that the fake ones do not say designed in Cupertino on the back, mm-hmm. they look identical. I've been the slow adapter when it comes to these kind of things, because typically I was like, I don't like stuff in my ear and whatnot. I won't want these. We're traveling down here, and all my crewmates in the car fall asleep on me. So I want to listen to my books on my audiobooks. But the stereo we have is an old stereo, it doesn't have Bluetooth. So we're at a truck stop, and I see a set of AirPod knockoffs, the truck driver section. It was like a Flying J or something. On sale, $30, on sale for $20. So I go to pick them up, and this is what I get. And if you're familiar with AirPods, you can tell this thing is probably bigger. It's square. It feels like the case. You can feel it's cheap plastic. It feels like it should have dental floss in it.
It really does. That is a great description.
And opening it is a pain. And you go to open it, and you get your little AirPod thing out, and it doesn't, like the other ones they go stuck in by a magnet. This actually has a little charging port at the bottom. It jams itself into, and you take it out, and it's like stupid long. It's this big long thing. So I said anyway that's it. I'm gonna get some AirPods, and we get to Vegas, and I'm like, you know what? We should go to the flea market and I'll get some cheap ones. They go to the flea market without me and come back, and I get the AirPods Pro knockoffs. These things are insane. They're so nice. They work tiny. Great. They're tiny. They have the good click. And how much were they? $25? Mm-hmm. I just now have to keep them away from her because she's coveting them. I know how you are.
He has delusions sometimes. I have my own that are actually legitimate AirPods.
They are legit. They are.
That we got at an auction for $20.
Yeah, because we don't pay full price on anything.
Nope. If we can avoid it.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you like to pay full price. I am not going to take that from you.
We don't. We're allergic.
Right.
She breaks out in hives.
I do. I legit do. I'm like, do we have a coupon? Is there some sort of sale? Hi. You seem very nice. Can we get a discount?
Hey, Michael's in the house.
Hey!
One of the most difficult tests I've ever had was the one for the FCC commercial license. 100 questions by a technical able lawyer. Oh my gosh.
Ew. He said he had to take it twice in the office in New York. He knows one guy who had to take it 8 times. Ooh.
Ouch.
Yeah. Home Handyman says, careful. The queen is going to make you clean your own castle. Yeah.
He
looks scared.
My portion of the castle is this desk, and that's about it.
No. He meant the whole castle, the part I normally.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. You see how scary he is? Mm-hmm. Obviously, he's abused.
Michael said, did you read that? I had to take it twice?
Yes, and the other guy had to take it 8 times. Yeah. Running wild.
How does the fight with the lingering COVID go? It's better. The only place I really see it anymore is getting easily winded when I wouldn't normally.
Yeah. I used to be like a super avid walker. And I am definitely feeling, yes, I am out of shape. I'm not, where I used to be. But like going around the block, taking the dog for a walk is more of a chore. And there's more like you get home and I'm like, oh my gosh. You also though were battling insomnia.
Yeah, the insomnia was really bad. I think that honestly was more due to light deprivation syndrome. Running Wild says, I got a pair of LG 781s. That's why they were at work.
I don't know which ones I had, but I did have LG ones for a long time.
Yeah, the LG Torque, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then he says, I'm going to get a pair of Raycons every day and review them. We'll let you know. I've heard good things and mediocre things about them. So the thing is, I'm not an audiophile. I like listening to stuff. I want to be able to hear it, but at a certain point, it's probably going to get lost on me. It's like, the difference, past 80% of quality, it's like whether it's 87 versus 88.5, I don't know.
Paperwork Ninja says, just keep them covered in earwax and she'll stay away from them. I have my own. He can have his.
Michael says, you want to scream, knockoff and fake products, transistors of all damn things. There are vids about fake semiconductors, tri-surge. I've seen that. We dealt with that when I was in Silicon Valley. We had some projects that we were working on, and we got a batch of fake capacitors. And one of my engineers, he threw a fit. He's like, where did you get those? I'm like, I don't know. I ordered them from a supplier. We went back to the supplier, and the supplier's like, yeah, it happens.
Sorry. Let us know if it's too loud for you with our competing air conditioning. David says, going to work now, driving my Prius in the Buffalo snow.
Oh.
Whoa. Did you read Didis?
No.
It says, isotunes are great, works for ear protection and as Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Interesting. Running Wild, I read your comment. Man, also, we'll be registering Butcher's Block tonight. Yay! And then I get to edit my first video talking about knives. Super excited.
That's exciting.
And he says, however, bad news is, store was sold and have to interview for my job.
Oh.
That stinks. I am so sorry. I will be praying for you, but I also know you were awesome at what you do. So, hopefully they see that.
I've been through that once. Basically told them, you go hire somebody else to do this. Luckily, because the position I was in, I could get away with that, but...
Yeah.
Casey now 9. The Tampa Bay Cheaters 21.
Running Wild says, I think they will too. Awesome. And you're in Ohio, aren't you? Yes.
I am?
You're in Ohio right now, honey. No, I was talking to Running Wild.
You're going to be.
Yes.
Let's see. What else is going on here?
Oh, man. He says, the issues I think I'm going to have is on pay. My work speaks for itself. Just need that. Running Wild says, yes. Okay, so I was correct.
Well, good luck with that. Let us know how it turns out.
Yeah, definitely. He says that you were in a constant state of confusion. That's right.
What?
I am, yeah. I'm your wife. We're married. My name.
Who are you?
That's right.
Oh, my neck.
So, yeah. We're here in Vegas.
I promise we'll be more set up, better set up next time.
Yes. And hopefully YouTube will get its act together.
Actually propagate our live stream.
Yeah. They'll probably get the message letting them know about it, like, tomorrow.
Oh, my gosh. Let's see, what happens if I go to YouTube?
Well, see, because when I was searching for it, it wouldn't show it. And I'm not logged in our account. I'm logged in as my own account.
No, I just wanted to see like what YouTube tried to suggest to me.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And it's not pushing me any whatchamacallit.
Frank says, it looks great. I think you mean our setup. Well, thank you. Home Handyman says, touchdown. Tampa Bay, just now.
Yeah. You know what the weirdest thing for me is? Not having my own microphone.
The weirdest thing for me is it's just, I mean, we did this for such a long time in this particular setup. And it feels very different now.
Yeah. 28.9. Oh.
Yep. Can I help you?
Well, what are we talking about now? We talked about the coupons.
Yep.
Talked about JCPenney's.
You talked about how you love Tom Brady.
He is my BFF. I was trying to think if there's anything else I was going to talk about.
I feel like there was something.
We switched phone carriers. We're trying to
switch phone carriers.
Phone carriers.
It's a very long process. It's a pain in the butt. But
we're trying to switch to Google Fi. That's Google and then FI. And we're switching from AT&T. And AT&T does not want to let us go.
Why does it look like that?
Why does it look like what?
With the one where nothing's happening? Oh.
Because the mouse was over the little bar and was showing us the preview.
Don't do that. It makes me concerned.
Don't worry about that.
Makes me insecure.
This is not your screen. You got your own little screen. You got your screen right there. You worry about your screen. Your happy little screen.
Yes. Sorry. So, yes, we are attempting to change phone carriers.
We've got four phones to move over.
Right.
We've got mine completely moved over. Yours and Eleanor's are half moved over. And I still have to do Griffin's.
I love you a lot. I appreciate you.
Oh my gosh.
All of the phone drama that you deal with.
She was giving me a lot of grief, just so you know that, you gotta get these transloaders. When is it gonna get moved over? Why aren't you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. And then I made her sit down with me this afternoon and go through trying to do it. She's like, this is ridiculous. Thanks. I had no idea. Till you told me it was ridiculous.
I appreciate you. And I appreciate that you're in charge of that because, let's be honest, I would get mad, throw them out the window, and I would say tin cans and strings.
Get this. Tim says the sound is really good for me compared to your Montana studio. Is it because we're all on one channel, or is it just sound better in general? And if it sounds better in general, I'm going to cry.
I'm going to get you with my ear.
Because this is a $50 microphone. That's it. It's a USB microphone, no less.
Which reminds me that if you are someone who is thinking about having a channel or thinking about starting or like you have a great idea, do it. And don't be somebody. We always get people that are like, well, I'm going to do it, but I'm saving up for a camera.
Oh.
Don't do it. Like there's so many great stories that haven't been told and information that hasn't been shared because so many people think that they have to have fancy schmancy stuff. And you can, absolutely. And we, some of the YouTubers we watch, they do have fancy schmancy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But to start, just your cell phone. And like you said, a $50 microphone, which I also realize, everybody, $50 is a lot of money. Not for microphones, but,
for some people getting started.
For some people getting started. So, work with what you have. I will climb off of my soapbox, but I just have been hearing so many people are like, oh yeah, I want to do this, but I'm waiting, till I get my, what is it called? Income tax return so that I can invest in like $700 worth of stuff. You totally can find, stuff used online. I also recommend that if you're interested in a camera, see if you have a friend that has that camera, use it. Because we've definitely, I know at least once, been like, oh yeah, we totally want this camera. And then we get it and we're like, totally not going to work for us.
Use your cell phone.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Start with your cell phone.
Yeah. It has a microphone in it,
And there's actually a lot of software out there that will allow you to convert your cell phone into a webcam. You plug it in via USB, get a bracket for it. You get one of these, I just had it. Where'd it go?
Sure he has.
There it is. You get a bracket like this.
Oh, yeah.
And this expands to grip your cell phone. And then it's got a tripod mount here or here. And then also if you get one of these little things, and this is $5 and this is $5. And then this screws into there. And you tighten that up like that. And then that goes on your other mount. And you're good to go. And now you've got, what, a 1648. I mean, the cameras in these cell phones are incredible compared to what they are. So it's, they're really good. They're way better than the whatchamacallit, the webcam we're using.
Yep.
I've honestly thought about taking one of our old cell phones and dedicating it as a webcam just for that reason.
Well, what about the old one with the stylus thing? Will that work?
It's a little too old.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Owen's Jeep stuff with the $5 super chat. Sorry I'm late. Had to work late tonight. Hello, everyone. Hello, and thank you for the $5 super chat. I do not have my little wrench. My finger doesn't make the same noise. Thank you so much. 3, 2, 1. Bing, bada bing, bada bing, 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 bing. Brought to you by... Okay, it's not actually sponsored. By Triangle and a Work Pro knife. Thank you so much. You are not late. We did send out something and nobody got it on YouTube, and then we couldn't find us. So something funky is going on, and we are super glad that you're here. Thank you so much. And Jennifer says...
I was just chiming in my 2 bits. I guess I thank you too.
You can.
Oh.
Jennifer Oil said YouTube had no notifications. Yes, we are sorry. We did send something, but it's Tim says
dang it, Susan.
one channel is terrific. We're behind. They're discussing food. Didiz had meatloaf. Frank had chicken wings and meatballs. Michael says, in Kuwait, we had a good one. The purchasing type tried to save $1 or $2. Oh, I can see this is not going to go well. On some very strange power transistors, they got rebuilt parts.
Large. Very large, not strange.
What?
They're very large power resistors.
What did I say? Oh. Utter crap. Everyone exploded. That's not good.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah. John says the sound volume is level. Tim says the one channel is terrific. Frank says the sound is not as clear as normal, but it will do. Oh, it'll do, Piglet. It'll do. Futano2 says, I looked for this when it started on my computer, came downstairs, and I can't find you on the TV. It's not listed when I search for Den of Tools. That's what happened to me. When I searched for Den of Tools, it did not show anything. You are not crazy. Things are crazy. Running Wild says, there are a few videos out there that will show you how to do YouTube stream for about 50. Yep. Michael says, been working on the holder for the phone. It will hold the phone and attach to a tripod with a built-in 1/4, what is that, 1/4 20 nut? What does that mean? Printed up the first one. Not too awful. What is that? 1/4
by 20.
By 20 nut. Oh, okay. Jennifer says, thanks for the support. Saying that to
here's an honest
Jeep stuff. Thank you. Running Wild had Bob Evans. We don't have Bob Evans
down
here.
On the farm. I miss going to Bob Evans. The scrambles. I used to love their breakfast scrambles.
Running Wild says, wait, everyone exploded? Instantaneous human combustion.
Oof.
I think he means the parts. Jennifer says, rebuilt resistors. Frank says, he's talking to Michael. Jeff says, I saw your post on Facebook about your live stream tonight. Well, at least that one went out. PT is telling me, because obviously I don't know, is the 1/4 by 20 a standard thread for camera mounts. Thank you. I didn't know what it was. And he says, it's been a long time. Hopefully you guys can hear me better now.
The AC unit just shut off, so.
Don't say its name. It's like she who shall not be named. It'll go off again. So yes. We're not sure what happened with tonight's stream and why it was not.
It's showing up for me when I go to the channel.
Yes, I had to go directly to the channel to find it. But if you do a search for Den of Tools, it does not find it.
Weird.
Frank says, my wife used to work at Denny's and I had my share of slams. That was like my favorite at Denny's when I was younger. See?
Do I need to say it?
Not appropriate.
About my feeling of Denny's?
I know, you don't care for Denny's. I am aware.
She tries to drag me to Denny's all the time.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
No. She's finally given up on that. Yep. The other thing is, I'm not much of a breakfast person usually.
It only took me 9,000 years of being married to realize that the man does not really care for breakfast foods. And
to realize that I don't like him and to not take it personally.
I'm still a little hurt. I'm hurt on an emotional level. I love breakfast, and I could have breakfast like every single day, all day long. I love breakfast stuff. Like, yep, it's delicious. And it's genetic. Mr. Mike says, found you. Yes, I know. We're hard to find today. So sorry. Runnin' Wild says, wait, are you saying Susan is Voldemort? Makes sense. Just rearrange her name. Yes. Michael says, these were big Darlington transistors, 300 some odd volts at about 100 amps. Oh, 3 per unit. It was part of a variable frequency drive for an army air conditioner. Ew. Both you need them and you need them to not explode. Why are you making
I could see me? No, I could see both of those being necessary.
Yeah. Barbecue 76 says, you don't plan to go to Denny's. You end up at Denny's because of other reasons.
I've been up there in Perkins and White Castle and Skyline.
I think that you and Runnin' Wilds need to stay out of each other's brains. You'll get it when you read his comment. He's bringing you a live news break.
Chinese restaurant closes. Cat population out of control. Yes, I remember that old joke. What?
You mentioned it earlier, like 2 days ago.
I may have or may not have made a joke similar to that when I was talking to the kids the other day. I don't know.
Yeah. PT says, I would assume Darlingtons with nice big heat sinks. I'm assuming. Conquest says, I made your live stream post an announcement in the Harbor Freight Modification Guild.
Oh, thank you. That was really nice of you.
Super nice.
Yeah, we're just trying to... There's a lot of misinformation going around that people are thinking that there's not going to be any more discounts or any more sales. And the issue was, and I've been preaching this for years, is that the coupons aren't really coupons because they're not manufacturer's coupons. They're... What are you doing? You're trying to
stealing.
Don't steal that. And that all this is the same thing, just with a different form factor. They're still going to have all the same discounts. They're just going to be sales instead of coupons. And to me, this is a good thing because, as I was explaining to my kids, is you can't get to the register and be, oh crap, I left my sale at home. That doesn't happen. You know, how many times did you get there and be like, oh, I forgot my coupon, or my coupon expired, or I didn't read the fine print, or any of that stuff?
Yeah.
Now you don't have to worry about any of this. It just simplifies things.
Jennifer White Wolf says, White Castle, have not seen one since Ohio days, 1965.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Do not try the ones in the grocery store. They will be a letdown. I have tried making my own. I found some recipes online. They were all right. They were not all they could have been, but they were okay.
Barbecue 76 says Chinese food with the kids. Parents, is it good? Kids, yes, it is. Yes, what is it? Parents, don't ask, just eat it.
Just eat it.
That's right.
It's like the first time I had Vietnamese, and they're like, "This sauce is delicious. What is it? It's duck sauce." What's duck sauce? Well, it's pickled fish entrails. Oh,
Never mind, just eat it.
I still eat it. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to think about what it is.
I missed where we are now. Jennifer Whitewolf, seen at low-end Oriental restaurant. Book for sale. Our chef rates 100 ways to walk your dog.
Jeez.
Ba-dum-bum. Running Wild says, nice big heat sinks. I love nice big heat sinks. Yeah. Back to your regularly scheduled program.
Yeah. Mike says, talking to Jennifer, PT says, White Castle fish, great early morning set. You know, I do like a lot of their other sandwiches. They are pretty tasty.
I don't think
the
I've
chicken
ever
sandwich is good.
Had
The fries are okay. I'm not a big fan of crinkle cut fries.
That's because there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Potatoes in all their forms are delicious.
They have a potential for deliciousness. I just don't like them.
No, they're all delicious. Okay, I take that back because I do not like In-N-Out French fries. Yeah.
Communist.
Mm-hmm.
Frank says, I think most people don't like change, good or bad. A lot of people don't deal with change well.
I think it's
I'm one of these people that, because the way my life has been, the way I grew up, I had to learn to adapt quickly to stuff. Change doesn't bother me. It rarely phases me. It's like, okay, so that's how we're doing it next. She's in the corner like this.
That may or may not be a somewhat accurate representation.
And then she's mad at me because I'm not in the other corner freaking out also.
I don't want you to be freaking out. I want you to talk to me about how I'm freaking out. But you know, it's weird. That's true about some change, and some change I'm fine with.
Yeah.
So, I don't like the unknown. I think that's what I don't like. You Running Wild says you should see White Castle's newly built corporate headquarters. Where are they? Is it cool? Like,
yeah, what are they based out of?
I think maybe Ohio.
Might be.
Because of Jennifer's comment that I could be totally wrong.
Excuse me.
Owen's Jeep says, Inside Track Club for the win. That's right. Paperwork Ninjas. Okay, I just have to say, I love your screen name, username, whatever we call it. I love it. So, says White Castle is a regular stop for me in St. Louis. Awesome. Michael's talking to Running Wild. Excuse me.
Jeffrey says those White Castle onions and patties were so good.
Barbie76 says, so you're back in Vegas and that leaves many of your excuses out the window. Did you bring the pellet paper?
No.
My goons are getting restless. Don't make me send them out. Yes.
No, but I did barbecue on the little gas grill.
Yes.
The cover had blown off.
He wants you to know that there's many holes in the desert.
Yes. The cover had blown off.
Oh, yeah.
And it had been sitting out all winter. And it fired up the first try. I turned the gas on, turned the knob, boom. So I let it heat up. Good. Did a burnout. Did a scrape down. We got a wood scraper for the grill on it. And did burgers first day. So
yeah,
we'll do some more with that.
Running Wild posted a link to something. PT says, someone once said, change is fine as long as everything stays the same. Yep.
Yeah.
Matthew. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He says, how many other stores do you go to that every item you buy, you need a coupon? You don't. So the coupon's not a big deal. At least it's on sale. That's right. I would want it to have, I want it to be discounted in some way, shape, or form. If I have a choice, I want it to be a sale because I don't want to clip coupons. I get it. There's some people who like clipping coupons. There's some people who like that hunt of going out and finding the coupons and cutting them out with their little scissors or getting the screenshots on their phone. I just want the end result. I want to get from A to B as quickly and easily as possible. I don't need to play like what is it? The Amazing Race to get there. I just want to get there.
I like cutting the coupons.
As I was saying.
Yep. That's why we're married.
Jeff Toohey.
Yes. Says, howdy from the cold side of the hill. -2 and a foot of snow last night. Yippee! Stay warm.
Yeah, Jeff, I got bad news. We're not there.
No, yeah.
we're in Montana. I almost said we're in Montana. We're down in Vegas. It was 70 degrees today. I was driving on the highway with the windows down, cruising, got the big old Suburban going. Oh, it was so nice. So nice. Let's see, we were looking at the weather in Livingston. It's supposed to be what? High of -8, a low of -17.
Thursday.
That's also a negative me, because I ain't gonna be there.
So yeah. But I really miss it.
But you stay strong.
I super miss it. I wish I was there.
You super miss it. You didn't go outside. You would sit inside looking at it.
Beautiful.
It's really pretty out there, but I'm not going out.
No, I would go out. Who did the grocery shopping? Anyways, we're going to agree to disagree and that you're wrong.
I'm not agreeing to squat.
Yeah, well, you're wrong. Barbie76 says, you left your grill out all winter in Vegas. Not impressed.
Well,
it wasn't exactly how we intended it to be.
It did snow here. We have pictures.
Oh, yes. Like the week before we arrived, there was like snow here, like enough that they made snowmen. Which is kind of weird because 2 years ago it like snowed, and that hadn't happened in like 20 years. So,
well, they knew we were coming back. They were trying to prep
and landing.
Yeah. Well, that's a good reference. I like that. I love that movie.
Not Jeff. Hi, you're Jeff. Jennifer White Wolf says, it's been 55 years and I can still remember those little square juicy burgers. Wish we had some here. I'm sorry.
Well, someone's going to be back in Ohio. Maybe she can send you some.
Yes. We have to go. Yeah. I'm going to be in Ohio. It's a short version. I don't even know how to explain it.
Family stuff. She'll be there at some point in the not so distant future.
Yep.
For about a week.
Yep. And I'm going to send you pictures of chili. Yep, it's going to happen. I should probably mail some chili to him
It's probably if you have a house to come home to.
Yep. Michael says, White Castle. Talk about getting kicked and dragged back down memory lane. Last time there was close to 30 years ago in Hampstead, New York. Long ago and far away. Aww.
Yeah, the things I think about from back in the Midwest are the White Castle, Skyline. What's the other one we were just talking about? The sausage place, Jimmy Dean's.
Oh, apparently there's a pizza place that
La Rosa's.
No, there's a different one. Something with an R. Apparently it's here.
Round Table?
Nope.
Oh. I don't know. Godfathers?
No. Anyways, Amanda mentioned it to me. I cannot speak English right now. Told me about it. Said that you would like it.
Taco John's is one place that I grew up going to in Iowa, and she took me to Montana for the first time, and I was driving down the road in Livingston, and I did not know there was a Taco John's in town, and I took such a hard left. I almost jumped the median, scared the crap out of her because I saw it. I'm like, holy crap! Whipped the car in there.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna die. Basically, thought I was gonna die.
Didn't Godfather's go out of business? I thought they did. I saw a sign on the way into town, like one of the truck stops had a Godfather's. I don't know about that. Frank says, love burgers, don't squish them. But what about smashing them? Can you smash them? Because there's smash burgers.
Like those.
Oh, Dunkin' Donuts. That was the other place. But now there's Dunkin' Donuts out here on the West Coast. They don't seem the same, but they're not bad.
Okay, is Winchell still in business?
I don't know. Winchell's remember Winchell's. What was the other place that was kind of like not quite a Denny's. It was like a burger and ice cream place started with an S.
Out in the West or where?
Midwest, Mideast.
Starts with an S. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's Crystal's down south. Popeye's chicken. I've had the Popeye's chicken. I think it's good. I do not think it's as good as the Lord's chicken. What do you call it? Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
But on a Sunday, if I want a chicken sandwich, I'm going to Popeyes. I like Popeyes in general.
I'm looking for the place. Now it's killing me. I can't remember what it's called.
Popeyes can't hold a candle to churches. I think I would disagree on that. Churches to me is the bargain basement. You can't afford to go anywhere else.
Churches way better than whatever they
Popeyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because you have no class. Clearly, you married me.
He tried to save himself there.
Gypsy says, going to be buying a router and bits, small compressor, Brad nailer next year. Think the inside track would be worthwhile. If you're going to be buying all that, yes. If you think about it, inside track comes down to, if you buy the 2-year, you get the $10 back. Break it up per year by month. It comes out to $1.66 a month. If you can't save $1.66 a month, if you're not going into Harbor Freight, once a month, or you're going to be buying one big purchase a year, then don't do it. But otherwise, I as you can see in my video, I signed up for it. I think you can definitely make a savings on that. Speaking of air compressors, guess who sent me an air compressor?
Me. Oh wait, no, I didn't.
Craftsman. Of all people. In fact, I had 2 Stanley Black & Decker. Now here's the thing. They don't make their own air compressors. They outsource them through a third company, just like Harbor Freight does. So, I had that company reach out to me and ask me if they could send me a Craftsman air compressor. I'm like, you want to send me something that's a Stanley Black & Decker product based on how I talk about them? Sure, go on. Knock yourself out. And then I had a company that makes shop vacs, or wet dry vacuums. I always call them shop vacs. I know. And they sent me. It's actually sitting over there. What's it? Moose? Is that Musso?
Yes.
It's their own factory brand, but they make vacuums for Stanley Black & Decker also, and they sent me their, I think it's a 2-gallon wet dry cordless. So we're gonna put that through its paces.
Barbecue 76 is because Roundtable starts with an R. $2.76 super chat. I'm not ring-a-dinging the bell because I don't want your wife to come find me. Thank you so much. Den of Tools.
Running Wild says in Ohio, I think they went out. Mr. Hero has gotten big again. I've never heard of that one. We had Subway. We had Penn Station. The teriyaki chicken sandwich on white bread from Penn Station was awesome because the bread was really thick and doughy and it would suck up the teriyaki sauce. It was so good. Michael says another dredged up memory. One of the best pizza places was in the bus station in Hempstead. Wonderful Sicilian pizza. Then we found another place in Westbury, New York. Also good.
Jennifer says our Popeyes is pretty good. There is one across the city that is not as good. Variable quality at different franchise locations. And then they're trying to figure out the S word. I think John got it. Is it Shoney's?
Shoney's.
Yes. And Dwayne guessed Spud Nuts, which we've heard of, but I don't think we've been to.
I've never heard of it.
Isn't Spud Nuts the one where it's donuts made out of potatoes? Or something. We had this whole conversation. I think Spud Nuts.
Not with me.
Yes, we did.
That must have been your other husband.
Well, I have so many. It's hard to keep you straight. I'm fairly certain we had the conversation on the channel. Never been to Spud Nuts. Running Wild also said Shoney's.
Anyway, got to do a quick shout out talking about East Coast pizza to our friends up in Livingston. There's a group of them that hang out. The guys I go hunting with and I've talked about before. They're all originally from New Jersey, and it's a group of brothers plus a couple other friends, but they're all from New Jersey somehow. And the oldest moved out there like 20 plus years ago, and he's like my age, so he's been out there for a good long time. But he got so desperate for good Jersey style pizza that he ordered like all the ingredients and the pizza oven that they use to be sent out to his house out in Montana. And he makes Jersey style pizza, which is like a New York
It's
Jersey.
Like amazing, delicious.
It's fantastic.
So you know who you are, and we're missing your pizza.
Yeah.
So spud nuts are glazed yeast donuts made with mashed potatoes, which makes a soft and tender dough. A melt-in-your-mouth donut with a hint of lemon zest and nutmeg dipped in a vanilla or chocolate glaze.
Well, now we have to go get some.
Well, maybe there'll be some when I go back east.
I'll tell you what, one place, and I think it went out of business here, was they had a waffle. It was a gourmet waffle shop. And their waffles were made out of dough instead of out of batter.
Oh, the one that was down at the Shishi place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were hearty, to say the least. They were good. At first, you're like, I don't know about this. And by the time you get halfway through, you're like, this is something. This is a meal. So a bunch of people chimed in with Shoney's. Michael says New Yorkers tend to be fussy about their pizza and bagels. Yeah, the bagels too. One day we took the gun club to a semi-kosher deli. That was fun to watch. Oh, I love a good kosher deli. And getting, what's the potato pancake? Latkes?
Yes.
Oh, I love a good latke. And a good Reuben. Greg says no White Castle in Omaha, but Godfather's is still there. Oh, thank goodness. Because, I don't know if, Greg, I don't know if you know this, but I actually went to Miller North High School out there in Omaha. And, I remember lots of, after football games and stuff, going to Godfather's and that kind of stuff. Tony Pacos for the win. Never heard of them. Michael says, have an armful of pug to attend to. One hand typing.
I saw that. That's a super cute picture. I mean, I know you didn't send me a picture, but the mental picture I got with the one-armed. Yeah.
Running Wild says, Penn Station's Dagwood. See? Dagwood. It's a real thing. I explained it to her. She didn't believe me. This is awesome, but Jersey Mike's is better than Subway's, all in Columbus. I don't think it's hard to be better than Subway's, to be honest.
What the heck are duck donuts?
You take a duck and donut them? No? Got to pick the feathers out of your teeth afterwards.
Oh.
Jim C says, last question. Gonna be get a small compressor. Which one would you go for? Hold on. You said what you're going to use it for, but that was up above. Let me find that comment again. For Brad Nailer. Man, for Brad Nailer, you don't need much. I got to tell you, I don't use a lot of air tools. Mostly I use my air compressor for cleaning stuff up and inflating tires and bike tires and footballs and stuff like that. But I use it for Brad Nailer nail guns, and I've got the 2-gallon Fortress, and it is fantastic. It keeps up with it. It's really well made. It's got a great handle carry. The interface is nice on it, and when it's on sale, it's like $100, $150 in that kind of price range, depending whether you get the 1 gallon or 2 gallon. I've got the 2 gallon, but it's super quiet. Just incredibly quiet. In fact, I got another air compressor I still have to test over here. It's a California air compressor. I think it's a 2 gallon. I got a whole bunch of stuff to catch up on.
We're looking at some tools.
Running Wild says, yuck, spud nuts sounds like something you did in the bedroom with French fries.
I was laughing
at that. I was going to make a comment about this family-friendly channel. We can't talk about that stuff. He says, if you come close to Columbus, you need to buy some duck donuts to take back to Jeff.
I know. What are duck donuts?
I don't know what duck donuts are. The only thing I remember from Columbus, Ohio, is going to Mean Mr. Mustard's and getting $5 buckets of beer.
I'm not bringing that back.
And then going to the frat parties. Michael says, watch the Texan get confused over matzo ball soup. Oh, I love matzo ball soup.
Yes. Super delicious.
Colonel says, what? You don't watch MASH? Tony Paco's Hungarian sausages is dripping. I grew up watching MASH, but I don't remember that. I'll be honest. they always have all these, like, they talk about the things from back where they lived and stuff. And some of it I remember, some of it I don't. But Hungarian sausages sounds good.
Paperwork Ninja said mashed potatoes used to be used normally in donut making. It changes the texture of both cake and yeast donuts. I think it sounds like a great idea.
Greg says stop going to Subway because they dropped anything with roast beast.
What?
Why?
Subway seems to be having some issues lately. Bad things are happening.
I got to tell you, this is the one thing I miss about living in Cincinnati, Ohio, is Cincinnati still had, because now Cincinnati is a very German town. Prior to World War II, half the street names were German, and the local newspaper was printed in German. And they had microbreweries in Cincinnati before everyone thought microbreweries were cool, because that's what Germans did. Every town had their own brewery, and Cincinnati had 2 or 3. And the excuse me, but what I loved was there everywhere, like every neighborhood had their own butcher shop, and it was a real butcher shop where you walked in. They may have a few sundries up front, like maybe you can get some bread, but you get to the back and it's a meat counter with fresh meat, and you'll be like, and they roast their own beef there every single day. And you could get it however thin or thick you want. Are
you trying to tell people that I don't roast beef every single day in our
You
kitchen?
don't, and you don't slice it either. Because I would go in and I'd be like, I want the rarest thing you got. Usually, as soon as I come in, you want the rare stuff. I got some back here for you. I knew you'd be in. Oh, we'd get great sandwiches.
Where is
this is in Cincinnati.
So I should send you pictures of that.
Yeah. I don't even know if they still do that there, but.
Runner Wild says duck donuts are homemade donuts made to order. They are great. How do you do made to order donuts?
You order them and then they make them.
You're an ass. Like, do they like pre-make them and then they just glaze them with what you want, or did they just make
that?
That
wouldn't be made to order, now would it?
Sure,
that would be topped to order.
If you don't see him next week, give me. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, how I guess what happened there? There we go.
Obviously broken.
Oh, he says Cincinnati used to have the Post, the Time Star, and the Inquirer. Those days are gone. Yeah, print media's having a hard time.
I will check out Duck Donuts.
What company did you work at when you lived in the Bay Area?
All of them.
Me or her? I worked for a number of companies. When I first moved there, I worked for a tech education company called Learn It. They then went to a company called Schlesinger's where I was doing IT kind of stuff, and then I just forgot the name of the company I worked at forever. Blue Shift.
Yeah.
Which is Learn It was in San Francisco. Schlesinger was in the North Bay, and Blue Shift was in Silicon Valley.
Frank says, going to the hog farm. That's right. We gotta find what. Oh, there is a hog farm, and they're probably Vegas. Really hungry because there aren't people going to buffets, which is where they get most of their food. So we have to take a trip. Owen's Jeep Stuff says duck donuts are made fresh from raw dough, and you get nice and hot. It looks like a Subway for donuts. Wow. Brad's Wood Turning says peekaboo.
Brad's Wood Turning.
That's what it says. It looks a lot like Brad's Workbench.
I think it might be Brad from Brad's Workbench.
He might be in disguise. That's right. Michael says, Mom used to shop with a butcher shop, often suggested overcharging, once made him a pirate eye patch. What? I'm confused.
She said he overcharged, so she made him a pirate eye patch because he's a pirate. Because he's such a thief. Nice.
Running Wild says,
knocking everything over.
Stop whacking the table.
Don't mind me.
Duck Donuts make an awesome maple bacon covered egg and sausage sandwich.
That sounds pretty good. No lie.
Yeah. Hello, Brad's Wood Turning. I hope that you're doing great. Live your best life, says Smiley. Frank's talking to Brad. Brad's wood turning says, I was forced to delete Brad's workbench since coupons is all I know.
Liar. I told you, since you're the one who covered all the Inside Track Club savings, that was all you now. So you're going to have 2 to 3 times as much work. Mm-hmm. You'll have videos for years.
Barry in Georgia says, Duck Donuts is great. Okay, now I have to go find them. Putting it on my list. Duck Donuts.
Is that like Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century?
It's like that.
Comes from Duck, North Carolina. That's what Joshua says. Duck Donuts originated in Duck, North Carolina. That's where the name comes from.
Oh. I knew that, obviously. It's just testing you. So it sounds like they're kind of like a lot of places.
I feel like I'm going to fall asleep here.
Are you trying to say that I'm boring?
No,
that's a terrible.
I'm trying to say I probably should not have had those 2 shots of tequila at lunch.
Yeah.
We went to one of our favorite Mexican restaurants here, and they have a massive, yeah. So they have a massive selection of tequila.
Yeah.
And she and I are talking, it was just the 2 of us, having this wonderful time, little date lunch where we never, don't have any kids with us.
Never happens, like ever.
And we're so engaged talking, the bartender's like, or the waiter's like, well, what? I said, I'll take a tequila. He's like, well, what kind do you want? And I know they have hundreds. And I'm like, tell you what, something good, something añejo, but you pick. You pick something you think I'll like. Something good, not the basic stuff that everyone gets, just something unique and good. He's like, okay, I got it. And he brings me a shot of something really good. Really good. And about 3/4 of the way through the meal, he goes, you want another one? I'm like, sure, that'd be a nice way to wrap up the meal. We get the check. Why is the check so much? Because it was $30 a shot. And that's what you get when you don't ask.
Yeah. Didn't have a coupon for that one.
Yeah.
Barbecue 76 with a $5.76 says, Mr. Bear, you're not allowed to yawn. Here is a shot on my tab. Oh. Your shot is on me now, so take it. We don't actually have anything here.
Do we have anything?
Vodka?
Oh.
I don't think that'll mix well with everything else.
What time does, what's the liquor store around here, though?
We live in Vegas. I'm fairly certain there's a liquor store open for a while.
Oh, good.
Unlike the other place we lived.
Yeah, we're state liquor stores.
Yeah. So I'm not ringing the bell, but I am acknowledging you. And thank you so much. That was for you to have a drink.
Thank you.
So as soon as we have something for him to drink, we will be doing that. And I looked at the Duck Donuts. Like, there's a ton of them in California. I've, never heard of them. Excuse me.
There's a place in Vegas called the Heart Attack Grill. There is.
Yeah.
I've heard it's meh. You can see it. It's right at the end of Fremont Street. So Fremont Street's a street it's a pedestrian zone. It's blocked off so cars can't drive down it. But it's right at the end where there's a street that goes through that you can drive on. So.
Home Handyman says, I like the Hofbrau house in Vegas. Good food.
I still haven't been there. We're talking to the kids about going.
Frank says, was it $30 good?
No, it wasn't.
Running Wild says, vodka, tomato juice. Sounds like a Bloody Mary time. We don't have tomato juice, and I don't think he does Bloody Marys.
No.
Barbecue 76 with $2.76 says, it's on my tab, and you said you have vodka. Oh. I will make a drink that I will drink. Thank you for the super chat.
Can you just give me a shot on the side?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for the super chat. And I'm going to go get a drink. Brad says, are you all back in Vegas? Yes, we are. I shall return.
Bye now. Can you make me a grilled ham and cheese while you're in there?
What do I look like? Your wife?
Well, Minnie Mouse, to be honest. Let me sit up here. Yes, we are back in Vegas. And as much as I'm not a huge fan of Vegas, but the weather right now is fantastic. It's insane how nice it is. Of course, this will only last 2 to 3 weeks. Let's see here. The Sir Yoda says my favorite halftime snack: loaded mashed potato balls with spicy sour cream dipping sauce. That actually sounds pretty good. Running Wild says awesome place in Columbus, Schmidt Sausage House. Let roll, Jeff. I've never even heard of that place. I did not spend a lot of time in Columbus, I'll be honest. Frank says I like the tequila with the elk on it. I don't know the name. Cazadores, I think. I could be wrong. Brad says 12.5 hour drive from me. We'll hop right on and be down there in a few. I know. We're thinking about taking the kids to the Grand Canyon. You want to meet us there? Barbecue 76 says you're definitely back in Vegas, but the camera is backwards. We can't see your icon chest. What are you facing now? We sold the icon chest. It's gone. He's at a new home. Actually, to a viewer here in Vegas, and I don't know. I honestly don't know if we're going to set up a full shop here because I don't know how much time we're going to spend in Vegas these days. It's probably just the minimal amount that we have to over winter. Come back here. We split time because my son lives here half time, so. Dark76 says, would you like to know who's winning the Super Bowl? Well, you have to ask somebody else because I have no clue. I have the score up. Well, that's a done deal. Anyway, people ask like, hey, are you going to watch the Super Bowl? I'm like, Tampa Bay versus the Chiefs. No one's watching that Super Bowl. But apparently people are. Because we've got all of 64 viewers, so. Which is funny because you'll hear a ton of people on the channel comment about, I'm not watching football. Screw football. I'm done with them. Come to the Super Bowl. They're all watching football. Tim Bowman says, Tampa Bay 31, Kansas City 9, 5 minutes to go. Barbecue 76 says, you two are too young to be snowbirds, or you have more money than I thought you did. We have a lot less expenses. It's, most people are tied down with a lot of expenses and stuff. We split this house here, so we only have to pay half of it here. And we own the house in Montana outright. We've gotten rid of one car. The reason we're moving from AT&T to Google Fi is to save $40 a month in charges. Everywhere we can, we shave off money and shave off money and shave off money. And the more you do that, and the more you're flexible. You can do other things, and you can do stuff like this. It's a real blessing to be able to do these things. There's this whole movement called digital nomads for people kind of like me who it doesn't matter where I am. This is my job now. This is how I get paid, and I can have the benefit of working from anywhere. I'm going to be doing a video on the Hart, the folding workbench, the one that's made by Keeter. Because I follow them, and the Hart one is almost always the cheapest one by about $10. But as far as I can tell, they're all the same except for the color. So I'm going to do a video on that either this week or next week. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go out in the desert and do the video out in the desert and have fun with it because I can. All right. Here's my vodka.
And I brought my little...
Oh, your AirPods, so you can show them. You're not going to show them with your hedgehog case on it?
We can. I just thought it would not help with the size comparison.
It does make it a little bigger, but not much.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So what's the Russian one? It's not Prost. It's
No, that's German. Not school. That's Dutch. Anybody here know the Russian way to say cheers? Because I can't remember it right
vodka.
now.
That's what they say. That's terrible.
Yeah. Oh.
Brad says my wife had to tell me it was today. Go on.
So this is his one that's like super fancy and tiny. And this is mine. It is in a case, so it's slightly bigger, bulkier because of the case. And it has hedgehogs on it because everything with hedgehogs is better.
Well, you gotta show them the actual.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the Imitation Pro. That's the standard. And then wait, keep yours there. And then here's the, if I can get the case open. Oh.
You have to squeeze on the sides. That's the back. There you go.
And this is the really cheap truck stop one.
Slightly different size.
Like it's got pretty colors going on in it.
Running Wild. Backwards R's.
Michael says reincarnate Howard Cosell. I miss Howard Cosell. He was a great announcer there. Live Your Best Life says I just switched to Mint Mobile, saving $40 a month. Good for you.
What did I miss? I missed
everything.
Something, obviously, while I was gone.
He says, "What's the Super Bowl exactly?" He says, "Not missing anything. Boring game." Brad says, "I used to love it, but when we cut cable 5 to 6 years ago, I got weaned off." Kind of the same way. Paperwork Ninja says, "The only football I watch is my college team now. It's easier to follow just one team." I can definitely see that. The only time I've actually been interested in football in the past 15 years was if I got involved in like a fantasy football league at work or something, or if my kids wanted to watch. Like my son got interested in football hardcore for a while, so we watched football. But as soon as he wasn't interested, I'm like, I'm not watching anymore. And the the Super Doll. And Barbecue 76 says, "Yes, I understand. My first house cost me $50,000. I now owe about $120,000 on it. I wish I could get my wife to understand these things."
I obviously missed something about money.
We're talking about, he's like, "You guys are too young to be snowbirds, you know, you're making a lot more money than I thought." And I said, "Well, what we did was we got rid of all our expenses."
Yeah. And like we've always, like he's said before, I try to find a coupon, or we wait for the day when it's the cheaper day or whatever.
And I'll be honest, I was really worried when I walked away from my job.
Mm-hmm.
I was making 6 figures and it was a great job. I was worried about how we're going to replace that. And what I didn't realize is how much money I was spending to have a job. Mm-hmm. I had to have an appropriate level car. I had to have an appropriate level wardrobe. I had to go out to lunch every day with the guys or somebody else or something. And I had to go out for dinner because by the time I came home, it was past dinner time. I had to eat. So I was eating 2 meals a day out. I was spending a ton of money in gas, insurance, car payments. It seemed like a third of my income was going towards supporting my professional life.
Yeah.
And once I got rid of that and we are cooking. And the other thing is, then on the weekends, I'd been working so hard that I was about ready to explode. So I would make us, we're going out to dinner. We're going to go out and get a nice dinner. We're going to go get steak or something on the weekends. And we'd blow a bunch of money on the weekends so I could let off steam from the week.
Which is totally understandable. If you're grinding so hard during the week, you do feel like you want to indulge or...
We went from making a ridiculous amount of money and living paycheck to paycheck to making a very much more modest amount of money, but not having any of those associated expenses and being able to put money away, to be able to invest, to be able to have 2 homes. it's, travel back and forth, be snowbirds, live a life of luxury, and it's great.
And I mean, it doesn't mean that we're gajillionaires.
We are.
We're not.
We totally are.
In our hearts.
Haven't you seen my private jet?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it is, you have to look at it differently.
Yeah, look, I sold my, almost new or newer, pickup truck with, nice white, flashy, new looking, with a $500 a month payment for a 1999 beater looking Suburban. It looks like a beater on the outside. On the inside, it looks pristine.
Yeah.
It looks like it's almost new off the lot, and it drives like it's new off the lot. And so it's, just changing priorities to what matters and what gets things done. And it leaves you a lot more flexibility in the way you get to live your life.
Yeah.
Where were we? Brad says, we got our debt paid down enough. I've been unemployed for 9 months and we are still doing fine. A couple years ago, we could have been devastated. That's awesome.
Yep.
That is so great.
And that is rich.
Yeah.
That's the important kind of rich, not like having a mansion. So I am so sorry that you have been unemployed for 9 months, but I am so excited. And
well, at least he's been getting to spend time with his family, which was the big thing. One of the things
kids never saw him.
Yeah. Yeah. They did complain about the fact, like, well, you seem to work a lot working from home. I'm like, well, I am still working. I said, but I'm here working where you can come and see me during the day anytime you want. And then as soon as I'm done, we go and do other stuff. And I'm like, would you rather I went back working at the office? And they're like, no. Nope. They just thought when I was working from home, I'd be available to them 100% of the time. The Di says she's on Mint too. Occasionally can't get service. We occasionally couldn't get service with AT&T. PT says try kumpai. That's Japanese. Trust me, I've done enough sake. I was in New York City, and the funniest thing is
family friendly channel. Wherever the stories.
I was in New York City with somebody that I knew prior to her, and
I thought it was a different work story.
Yeah, and we wanted to get sushi, and we asked somebody, like some cab driver or something. Oh, the best new sushi place is this place. We went, okay, great. We walked down there, and walked right in and got seated. Apparently, it was the hot new place, and you needed 6 weeks to get reservations.
Wow!
But we just managed to find some time spot where we just slid right in, and we're sitting there, and we sit down, and we're ordering food, and I order sake, and I'm teaching her, like, we do a sip, we have to, you have to salute, you have to say cheers, and she's like, well, how do you say it? I'm like, it's kompai. She's like, okay, kompai. I'm like, no, you have to say kompai. And there's a table full of Japanese businessmen. Apparently, it's like 10 of them sitting not too far from us. I hadn't noticed. And they all turn around and they go, kompai! And they hold up their drinks. And I'm like, yeah, kompai! They start shouting back and forth across the restaurant. And we're down shots. They're buying shots for our table. We're buying shots for them.
I was going to say, then the bill was ginormous.
I don't even remember what the bill was. We were snockered. We got out of there. And they're like, we walked out with them. We're laughing and stuff. They didn't speak any English. Of course, my Japanese extends to kompai and ichi san shi. It was, we find out later that, like, people were like, they didn't believe us that we'd gotten in there because it was so exclusive. Like, I don't know. It was sushi. Anyway, it was a fun time. The Frank says, I have Comcast internet, the evil empire, no cable or Fire Stick. We do have a Fire Stick because we have Amazon Prime, so we don't pay for anything else. But then we have got friends who've got some of the other services, and so we do a little bit of sharing. So we get access to 2 other paid services, share our access to them, and it's a nice communal kind of thing. So we get plenty of online viewable content, and we don't get anything over the air in Montana. And are you okay over there?
I'm having hair
you have a knot in your hair?
I seem to have gotten my hair
Russian for cheers. Cha 33 backwards R's. I don't know. Chars?
We're still working on our learning how to say the...
Not Russian, but still the right idea. PT says, well, hedgehogs and hippos both start with H.
That's right. And I apologize that my hair situation is stupid.
PT says, Amberley used to have a nice bagel shop years ago. I remember in Cincinnati, there's a big German Jew population there. I used to go to Mark's Hot Bagels. Oh, they're so good. Frank says Cosell was great, but would be fired now for giving his opinion. Yeah. He got fired then for saying the wrong thing. Barney says, I haven't watched a pro game since the kneeling started.
That's Barry.
What did I say?
Barney?
Barney? Oh,
Barry
sorry.
in Georgia.
The N and the Y.
He doesn't have his glasses on.
Renowell says, did you see that this year's Super Bowl has the first female referee? Bet she will do great. Women are good at pointing out all the men's mistakes.
No comment.
Barbecue 76 says, I haven't seen your private jet lately, but I have seen your compound interest video. Like I said, I wish I could get my wife to understand that. I am very lucky in that she's always been budget minded, but she's had issues with understanding investments and stuff like that. And she's now getting into it. And in fact, she just started her own Sophie account. That's SOFI. It's like if you took Robinhood and Credit Karma and Mint.com and mixed them all into one. So you can do stock trading, you can check your credit score, you can get low interest loans, you can get custom credit card setups and stuff. It's pretty cool. Brad says, yeah, it's been nice, honestly. My youngest daughter actually likes me now.
I'm sorry.
She never got to see me longer than 2 weeks before at a time. I know.
Yeah.
I knew that about, it's one of the things why I've been such a big supporter of Brad's for so long is because I knew he had his family at home and he's trying to build this YouTube thing. And I just feel that pain. That is just, I couldn't even imagine. But you do what you got to do for your family.
Yeah.
But that was a hard one to have to carry. And I'm really glad. I know that not working and not having that pay sucks, but getting that time with your family, that's fantastic. Sir Yoda says, any upcoming tool shows for 2021? I see there's a hardware show in Vegas. Yeah, just waiting for them to cancel it.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I'm not really sure that's actually happening.
Yeah. It would be great if it happens, but I mean, I've signed up with all the hardware shows. I'm on their mailing list, so if one's going to happen, I'm going to be there. Novus Nick says, great to see y'all. Just made it. Looking good, Bear family. Thank you. Conquest says, Helm FAO. Clearly drinking the haterade when it comes to Chick-fil-A. I love me some Chick-fil-A, man. I do. Anytime I'm down here out of Montana, because there isn't one in Montana. Anytime I'm down here, I gotta stop at Chick-fil-A. Mm-hmm. I gotta get some good Indian food.
I think they're putting one in Billings, though.
Yeah, I've heard that before. They also said they were putting a Menards in Billings. That still hasn't happened. Get some good Chinese food. Good Mexican food we have in Montana. That we have. But there's a lot of other stuff. Middle Eastern food or Mediterranean style food. Excellent Mediterranean food here in Vegas. And we're going to go to a Brazilian steakhouse.
Yes.
Michael says, okay, I'm back. The pug got tired of being held. 2 hands typing.
Yay!
Macadamia says, why are you in the garage? Are you out of town?
We've been bad, and we are now banished to the garage. We are no longer allowed in the house.
We are at our other place in Vegas. And this is my hidey hole from everybody is out here in the garage.
Yep.
And Rainwild says, are you going to watch the new show, Assembly Required? I'm going to check it out. I am looking forward to it. I hope it's good. That one I'm going to check out. Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs, he's got a new show coming out on Discovery Plus. Don't know how I'm going to watch it, but I'm going to try and find a way to watch that one also. Michael Chesney says, had a great Italian food in Dublin. Good Chinese food in Paris.
I had the best Chinese food ever in Paris, so I hear you on that one.
Really good Indian food in England. confused. England's not surprising.
Yeah, Indian food in England is totally normal.
It's a big thing because a lot of when they were part of the empire, there was a lot of back and forth. So there still is. Mm-hmm. There's a huge Indian population in England, and you can get some of the best gourmet, like top. What do they call it? Not enhanced. There's a word for it.
Fusion.
No, when you take it up a level. Anyway, yeah, elevated gourmet food in.
Aren't you fancy with your words?
Inland. Oh, I needed your help. I couldn't get it out on my own.
Run Wild says, "Who has a new show coming out?" It is Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs.
And then he says 6 degrees with Mike Rowe.
Yay! Yep.
Macadamia says, "I've been super busy and working in my shop. I've been making metal roses." Well, that sounds cool. Is the game finally over? 2 minutes. Well, I'm sure the Chiefs can come back from this. All right. Had a very good Italian meal in Kuwait. Good food, no pork, no wine. PT says, "Don't remember seeing it before, but did Mrs. DeBear knock that tooth out of Mr. Bear?" No, the dog did. Mm-hmm. I was screwing around with the dog, and I caught a claw right on the tooth. I had to think there was something wrong with it, though.
Yep. I can't claim any part of that. But yes, she felt really bad.
I didn't really have a dentist in whatchamacallit?
Montana.
In Montana, so I was waiting until we got down here. I've got a dental appointment. I'm going to see about getting a transplant or whatever they can do. I don't know what they can do. I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate the dentist. I think they're a scam. Anyway, we'll see.
Daughter of Ra, she shivers, I think. Are you cold? Is it so cold there? Micro looks good. Youngest and I watched WandaVision. I've heard really great things about it. I don't know anything about it. Great show. So awesome. Daughter Ross says, "Hello, Frank." PT says, "Ouchies."
Oh, don't even get me started.
Michael, the dog is here. She's just kind of cuckoo pants tonight.
We had her out earlier.
And she was doing circles.
Yeah.
Daughter Ross says, "Well, it is a whole 2 degrees." Livingston on Thursday, it's going to be a high of -7 and a low, maybe it's -8, a low of -17. So I hear ya. I think you might be colder than we are today. Not in Vegas.
I don't know. It's 59 degrees here right now. Tomorrow, it's only going to get up to 69 and be partly cloudy.
So today,
it'll be in the low 70s on Wednesday.
It's -1 in Livingston, but it feels like -11. Daughter Ross said we also got 8 to 12 inches of snow. I think we got 10 inches of snow.
I think it's snowing right now.
I think it's still snowing. Yeah. My phone's also going to die. Tomorrow, the low is -7, as is Tuesday. And then it's -12 on the 10th. And then -16 on Thursday. Yeah. PG says, "Hope your pipes don't freeze in Livingston." Thank you. We hope that
we had them turned off.
Yes. Yes, Frank and Daughter Bra. I know it's very cold in Michigan, and I'm sorry. I like the cold. I wish I was there. I mean, inside, not outside. Running Wild says, "Yeah, that sucks." That's not what he says. We're looking at pictures of the pass in Bozeman. Supposed
and me not being there.
Supposed to snow Tuesday through next month. Ew. Yeah. Oh, Michael says, "Speaking of dogs, our neighbor got a 5-month-old husky puppy. Very neat dog." See, I would be like, "Hi, it's a shame that we haven't spent more time together since we're neighbors. I'm here to spend time with your dog." Actually, no, I don't. I have children. I would have one. Oh, I can't believe they're over here again. Then, we're gonna play with your dog. But yeah, we love dogs. It's really cold.
Yeah.
So I think we're getting like a foot of snow in Montana. Not here. Nope. No snow here in Vegas.
Okay, so I'm going to post a link. This is to the Bozeman Pass. This is the pass that connects Bozeman to Livingston.
And it's a super high quality picture, let me tell you.
Yeah. So that's what it looks like there.
Pretty sure Bigfoot might be in that picture. 2 degrees. Is there a warm 2 degrees? When you're inside looking out, that's Celsius. A warm 2 degrees. And then you're going to torture them with... Man, they get their cameras from the same place.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, the problem there is they're using the freaking...
traffic cams?
No,
I can tell that I'm back in Vegas. Like, my skin is, like, totally cracking.
Because it's so dry.
Yes, and I need to get chapstick. I swear I have, like, 87 tubes of chapstick that are never where they're supposed to be.
There.
Running Well says, holy crap, what is the resolution? 1 byte. I know, I told you. It was fantastic footage.
That's because they don't want to pay for the constant internet feed, the throughput.
So yeah, Running Wild viewer. Yeah, he says, I mean 1 pixel. It'll be 73 this week in Louisiana. Hey, now it's Nick.
So anyway, I sent one of Montana and one of Vegas, so you can understand why we're here.
Michael says, my elderly pug has no great love for dogs that want to sniff BZ aggressively. She turns and snaps, scares the other dogs. Now, no other pets want to go near her. Poor attitude. Well, you know, she's letting you know where her boundaries are. She says no means no.
It's a pug, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Frank says, at least here in Michigan, we don't have to worry about our beer is warm. That's right. Just leave it outside. Actually, when we first went up to Montana, we did that.
Yeah, or we put it in the mudroom because the mudroom's not insulated.
Yeah. Ooh, thank you. Macadamia says, email us some of the rose photos. That's super cool. I will check it out.
Yeah.
Tim says, it's all over, but the shouting at 31.9. Yeah, wow. My phone's going to die, so it's going to be totally useless.
30 seconds.
Yep. I'm looking at the roses. Even though I know that it is a smaller group tonight because of all the craziness and the Super Bowl. Wow, those are some really cool roses. Is that the Cincinnati Zoo? What?
Columbus Zoo.
Ah.
Oh my gosh. Nope. Hard pass.
Great. My phone's dead. Dying. Mostly dead.
I wonder how long that Land Rover's been stuck there. Probably broke down like 10 years ago.
Shh. Being kind.
It's British. It's what they do.
Oh my gosh. Michael says a quick sniff is tolerated. A full background check is refused. Oh. Macadamia says I have 5 available for sale. Do you have? I didn't because my phone's dying. I didn't actually see if like you have an Etsy channel.
Yeah. Do you have an Etsy link?
Okay, channel is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. An Etsy store. So
it's decoration in the cheetah exhibit.
Nice.
Is it really? It might be. It might be.
That's kind of cool.
Poor cheetahs.
Yeah. Macadamia says negative.
Nah.
Runner Wild says yes. And then Frank says it is certainly not a Land Cruiser.
No, but did you hear about Land Cruiser? They're canceling it. It's going to be the closest you can get is the Sequoia from now on. And the Sequoia is not anything close to what the Land Cruiser... It used to be close. It used to be in the same kind of ballpark. Now it's just a giant SUV. It's nice if you like giant SUVs. And that's final. KC loses. The Tampa Bay Cheaters win.
I don't think that that's their official name.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it is.
Runner Wild says the lion exhibit has an airplane you can get in. What?
With the lions?
Oh my gosh, Eleanor's so gonna be like, can we go to the Cincinnati Zoo?
ITZY has a very high consignment commission. Really?
Yeah.
That's too bad. Michael says, dumb question for you too. On that desk there, do you have a 12-volt tap that could take about a half amp load? I can make a USB charger for you. Can deliver 3 amps to the phone. No. All we have are, we have my laptop and that we run a USB thing off of. She just needs to remember to plug it in. And,
did you see what he did there? Threw me right under the bus.
He says, I use two of my desks, great units. By the way, I watched the video on that K battery. That was really cool.
Brennan Wild sent another picture.
Creative interiors. Wow, that is cool. I like the plane.
That is cool. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, Eleanor loves zoos. It's a good thing that...
We all love zoos.
No, not everybody.
Who in the family doesn't like the zoo?
In our family, we like the zoos, but there are people that are like more.
I meant in our family.
Zoos. How would I know that?
What kind of person would be morally opposed to a zoo?
Vegans.
I said people.
Animal cruelty folks.
Yeah, vegetable cruelty folks.
Michael says, let me think on this.
It says, it's nice if you like giant SUVs. Coming from the guy who drives the Suburban. I do like giant SUVs. I like the new one. Although I was actually having the conversation in my head about, but I'd probably take the Cadillac Escalade if I had my druthers, but.
Tom says, my family is a zoo. Yes, we are too. We're our own traveling
Oh,
circus.
Look at that.
Aww.
Snuggle lions on the wing.
They're like, yeah.
I bet it's nice and cool, but it's a hot day.
What about that one at the bottom? Like, ugh.
I think they slid off. They got voted off the wing. More fun seeing the planes at Wright Pat. It is fun to see the Air Museum at Wright Pat. The Christian says, hello, glad I made it. Always see the end of the Sunday show. Watching from the hospital this Sunday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm guessing you're in the hospital, not like working. So.
And Michael says, let's send the new kids at PETA out to rehome a hornet's nest. That's always a good gag.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is 8:17. That's 2 hours in.
It's actually 7:17.
7:17. That's 2 hours in. It's 8. They don't know. It's been 2 hours. Yeah. And so we got to call it here. Wow.
Words.
Yeah,
we're
words.
Not working with them tonight.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you for bearing with us with the technical issues and whatnot.
Searching the internet for us.
Thank you everyone's support with the live with the super chats and everything.
If you have
I'm going to go crawl in the hole and try this again tomorrow.
Yeah, we're not doing great with the English. If you have a channel, I know we didn't do top of the hour tonight because it was a little wonky. But if you are a moderator, or I think if you're not a moderator, you can't do it. But put your words.
Yeah, look who's talking there, Minnie.
I'm super amazing.
Put your link in the comments.
Yes. And so other people can go check out your channel. And I'm sorry that you're having to be subjected to my English.
Anyway, till next time, you all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.